Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So we're gonna change the pace of today's video. I want to go over something that for the last couple days has really been weighing on my mind. It was a situation that happened about 15 minutes or so from where I grew up. It's kind of a a violent story. I'm not going to go way into details of what happened, but I'm going to give you the gist of what the media said, and then I'm going to give you the facts of what really happened. So this is the article I have up on my phone here. On August 18th at 6:14 a.m. the Washington County Sheriff's Department responded to Hagerstown, Maryland for a suicide in progress. Upon arrivals, deputies located a 59-year-old male laying on the curb of the roadway, deceased from an apparent gunshot wound. A second victim, a 58-year-old female, was found deceased in her vehicle from an apparent gunshot wound. The investigation has revealed that the male and female were married and the incident was a result of domestic violence. Both of the deceased individuals are transported, blah blah blah. Then the incident is being treated as a murder-suicide at this point. So that's what the media said, and I'm going to go into what really happened here. Alright, so we're just going to continue through the story, and we're just going to say male and female. So male was in jail for previous domestic dispute. I think the rumor is that he had tried to or did stab his wife at one point and went to jail for it. Now, he made this apparent plenty of times to both her and the court system that if he got out of jail, if and when he got out of jail, he was going to kill her. So woman goes, she lives in the state of Maryland, the communist state of Maryland. She goes to a local gun dealer, multiple local gun dealers from what I'm hearing, and wants to purchase a firearm to protect herself in case he gets out of jail. She goes to the gun store. They say, ma'am, we can't sell you a handgun because you need to go through XYZ training courses for us to legally sell you a firearm in the state of Maryland. Now let me remind you, I live in Pennsylvania, where I can walk into a gun store and within a half an hour after they run my background check, I can walk out with a firearm, which I've done many of times, and we'll get into that. So she gets turned away. They tell her these alternate, solutions and these groups that can help, help protect her, blah, 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 if her life is in danger. And it goes from there. So, he's made it apparent that if and when he gets out of jail, he is going to kill her. So, what happens? The judge, at first he was denied bail, and then goes back for his, bail hearing, a reevaluation of it, and guess what? He gets released on bail, and, what I told you at the beginning of the story, that's what ends up happening. Alright, so what drives me absolutely nuts about this story is not only did the system fail her once, but the system failed her twice. She had no opportunity to protect herself by buying a firearm legally, and this said judge lets this gentleman, who has made many remarks that he is going to essentially, commit a crime when he gets out of jail, and because of the whole coronavirus, they're trying to keep as, least amount of people in jail as possible. And, it doesn't take but, I think it might have been the next day, somehow he acquires a weapon, and then he's there to do what he said he was going to do all along. So, may the woman rest in peace. It's a crappy situation. It really irks me because I believe in, right to bear arms, right to protect myself. Being in the profession I am, there is nights where I am sleeping in locations I'm not familiar with, either sleeping in the truck, sleeping in hotels, and I always have my handgun on me. There's always a handgun in the house. There's always a shotgun in the house, for my wife to protect herself. When I'm not home, when I am home, we have gone through multiple shooting sessions in the backyard, so she's comfortable with a handgun, and I couldn't imagine her not being able to protect herself, all because the law says, you got to do X, Y, and Z, even if your life is in danger. So I want you guys to drop a comment below if you are a handgun owner in the state you live in. And I also want you to drop a comment down below if you excuse me, if you are not a handgun owner but you would like to find the legal ways to get a handgun to protect yourself. So I'm sorry to change the pace on this, but this is what my personal channel is for. Kind of get some insight from you guys. It just kind of irks me, and it's kind of been weighing on my mind here the last 2 days of, you know, just not being able to protect yourself. I can't imagine that feeling, and you know, how that woman, you know, went about her last few days just being scared for her life because the system failed her. So tomorrow, something a little lighter, guys. We'll see you then.